Hi everybody from Jamaica. We just spent 13 nights on one of the newest cruise ships in the world, the Norwegian Luna, sailing from Rome to Miami on its very first transatlantic crossing. This ship will give you a lot, but it demands something in return: your time. So today we're examining and reviewing all about the NCL Luna, what's great, what to skip, and what could completely change your onboard experience. After nearly 2 weeks on board the NCL Luna on its first sailing, we still didn't get to do everything. Hi, my name is Tori from KirkToriStory, where Kirk and I have been living on cruise ships for the past couple of years, and for us, this was our 68th cruise ship. Anyway, this sailing was unique, not just because we sailed on it as a brand new ship, but also because it was the first transatlantic crossing of the Norwegian Luna. Now, quick context before we dive in. Transatlantic cruises are a different rhythm. They have more sea days, fewer passengers. So in this case, we had a chance to explore this ship in detail. But it also revealed a few things that you'll feel even more when the ship sails at full capacity in the Caribbean. So we'll get into that too. Let me start by saying that you will likely not be able to do everything. I know that you want to try everything, but there's just so much going on at all times that even with us being on the ship for 13 days, there was so many things that we didn't even get to do or to try. Let's start here, because this shapes your entire cruise. That trying to do everything, well, it could be the fastest way to enjoy nothing. There are things like multiple events and shows running at the same time, live music across multiple venues that are at the same time or the times overlap. There's loads of trivia, there's games and classes, outdoor attractions, food experiences all day. You kind of almost have to plan out everything you want to do the night before when you look at your freestyle daily, so that you don't miss out on the really important things. In other words, this isn't a ship where you see it all. It's a ship where you choose your version of the experience. You can relax on the loungers or in the infinity pools. You can play games all day. You can do trivia and other indoor activities. I almost don't know where to start when I tell you this. I put together a video about some of the fun things you can do on this ship though. So maybe start by watching that video. I'll link it in the description below for you. Which brings me to the next point of discovering that there are a ton of free things to do on the Luna. Even passengers who were sailing with us didn't even realize that not everything had an additional price tag. In fact, I even think I was surprised at some of the things being free. Quick question. Would you skip a ride on a cruise ship if you thought it cost extra? Because a lot of people did. Anyway, some of the things like the aqua coaster, the drop, the moonwalk, the glow court, they're all free. I think that this was one of the biggest misunderstandings on this ship, that a lot of these fun things were avoided because people just assume they cost extra. Aside from the fun outdoor experiences, well, most of the headline attractions were included in the general cruise fare too. Now, yes, there are paid experiences around the ship, like mini golf, virtual wine tasting events, and the Lunatique show. But the core experiences, they're already part of your fare. I break this down in detail: what's free, what's not, and what's worth paying for. And that video alone can save you money and time. I'll link it in the description below for you. Let's talk about the shows on the Luna, because this is one area where the ship really shines. Heiko, Rocket Man, the Eagles tribute, the comedy shows, the amazing musical performances in Sid Norman's. The quality is there. The main theater has mostly great sight lines, strong sound, and built for comfort. The Improv Club and Sid Norman's do have some sightline issues, and maybe I would say a lack of seating. But overall, I'm going to have to tell you that all of the shows are very popular in all of these venues. So popular, in fact, that you have to get in line super early as the best seats are gone quickly. And sometimes there's literally no seating left by the time you get to the venue. Yes, there is a huge line problem. So let's put this into perspective. We waited an hour and a half for Rocket Man. We stood 1 hour in lines for each of the comedy shows. We waited for over an hour for shows in Sid Norman's. And the most crazy thing, we stood in a 2-hour line just to talk to Cruise Next. That was insane. Now, imagine these lines on a full Caribbean sailing. This becomes a strategy game, not vacation autopilot. So here's your advantage. If you know this going in, you can plan around it. And if you don't, well, you'll feel it very quickly. And stay with me because in a minute, I'm going to show you where people actually avoid crowds on the Norwegian Luna cruise ship. There are places on the ship most passengers never even notice. Now, for what is most people's favorite topic, food. Food is everywhere on this ship, and it's not just available, it's consistently good. Between included dining, specialty restaurants, the local bar and grill, room service, you can eat at almost any time of the day. But here's the key. Don't just eat what's convenient, because some of the best food on board, while it isn't the most obvious, we had clear favorites, places that we went back to again and again. For example, we loved the local and the Indulge food hall. We could always find something different to eat. And we put all of that into our full food video guide on the NCL Luna. What's worth it, what surprised us, and what we'd skip next time. I'll link that video for you as well. Now let's talk about something small that becomes a really big deal on the Norwegian Luna. It's seating. Inside the ship, there really isn't enough. We saw it constantly. Not enough seats at trivia, not enough seats at the comedy shows, forcing people to stand, and packed venues at the Metropolitan Bar, and even the atrium for some of the activities. And this creates a ripple effect. You don't stay, you don't settle in, you just keep moving and probably even missing out on something that you wanted to do or wanted to participate in just because you couldn't get comfortable with the lack of seating in these areas. On the other hand, there was plenty of seating outdoors. Now, this is great for those of you who would be doing cruises on this ship in warmer weather. So, have you booked your cabin on the NCL Luna yet? Because this decision matters before you even step onto the ship. There's a wide range of cabin types. Solo cabins, family cabins, accessible cabins, interior cabins, balcony staterooms, suites, the Haven suites, and each type could totally change your experience. For example, being in the Haven, for the most part, it could feel like a completely different cruise because of the ship within a ship feeling, access to exclusive areas, and even having a butler. Or being in a solo cabin, another fantastic exclusive experience that you could have. So I would like to invite you to watch some of our stateroom tours on the NCL Luna that I'll link here for you, and also in the description below. I've pretty much walked through all kinds of these stateroom types for you, so if you're deciding on what to book, start with these tours. Which brings me to my next point. Value options such as free at sea or free at sea plus. Adding these could quietly upgrade your entire trip. On this particular trip, Kirk and I had free at sea plus, which meant we had Starbucks coffee included, we got to choose from premium wines, and we had better drink options everywhere around the ship. And for a longer sailing of 13 days mostly at sea, well, that value added up for us in a good way because it also covered the daily gratuities cost and our premium Wi-Fi too. So if you're on the fence about upgrading, that's a decision worth looking into closely. Again, it really could depend upon what you feel is valuable. Now, there are also more places that you can find hidden value that people miss. There are a variety of programs and incentives that NCL offers. They have the Latitudes program. They have the Military Appreciation program. These aren't just labels. They come with events, recognition, free food, free drinks, and most importantly, savings, huge discounts, onboard credit. Kirk and I were actually invited to the Military Appreciation Program event while on the NCL Luna, and I made a great video about how to take advantage of that program, along with other programs as well. That video is a must-see if you're looking for some huge discounts on your next NCL cruise. You can click this link here, and of course, you can find it in the description below. You know what? You should even just forward that video to everyone you know because it's that good. Just saying. Now, remember earlier we mentioned escaping the crowds? Here's the good news. Hidden spots do exist on this ship. Quiet seating areas, hidden loungers, spaces with ocean views that people walk right past. And once you find them, the ship feels completely different. We filmed these locations so that if you want that quieter experience, you can watch that video next, and you know where to find the video in the description below. One other main thing that stood out across the entire sailing is the crew. They are also friendly, consistent, and clearly working as a team, and the ship itself runs with precision. If something ends at 2:30, it ends at 2:30. That structure keeps everything moving on. So even when issues come up, they were handled really quickly and professionally. And for us, this sailing that we did on the Norwegian Luna will always stand out because somewhere between Rome and Miami, this became more than just another cruise. We did capture that moment, and you can watch it in this video. It was the biggest surprise that I never expected from any other cruise that Kirk and I have been on. I would love to share this experience with you, so please follow this link. And if you're planning to sail on the Norwegian Luna, please subscribe because this isn't just one video. We've built an entire series about this ship to help you navigate your way around. Cabins, food, hidden spots, activities, what's worth paying for, so you can step on board already knowing what to expect. Here with a couple of my new friends on Norwegian Luna, and I just wanted to ask your opinion as to what you love about this ship.
I love the spa. I've gone 4 times in 5 days. It's a pretty good value. It's very relaxing, lots of choices, so I love the spa.
I love the decor, I love the flow of everything, and the rooms are just a tad bit bigger, which is really, really nice.
I love the Norwegian Luna. I love the Norwegian style of cruising. It's the easiest, nicest group of people I've ever met on holidays. Everything about Norwegian to me is relaxation. I can't say enough good things about it.
So far has been actually the room. They have less people on the ship or compared to like the Prima. So what happens is with less people, there's larger rooms on the ship. So you have more room in the ship to move around in your cabin, but also the shower is larger.
And what about you, Terry? Do you have a favorite?
My most favorite part on the ship is meeting all the crew.
Yeah.
They are a wonderful group that they have here.
Wonderful.
And
They are great.
It's really interesting to talk to them. They're always willing to stop and say hi. It's been really great.
So, what is your favorite thing about the Norwegian Luna?
The ambiance, the friendliness of all the staff. They're all very helpful and kind and pleasant, and just the whole ship has just been lovely. Everything about it has just been lovely.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Felix, what do you love about Norwegian Luna?
What I love the most about the Norwegian Luna is just the state-of-the-art decorum here, the quality of people that it brought in, and just the pure joy and excitement on everyone's faces to be making history. And this is my first transatlantic cruise, and I'm just in awe and honored to be a part of this whole legacy with the Norwegian family.
I love it. Thanks, Phoenix.
Thank you. Cheers.
Overall, the Norwegian Luna delivers variety, strong entertainment, excellent food access, and something for every type of traveler. But it also rewards planning. If you approach this ship with a plan, you'll have an incredible experience. And if you don't, well, you may spend more time waiting than enjoying. So yeah, after 13 nights on board, we didn't do everything. And that might be the best way to describe the Norwegian Luna. There's always more waiting for you. Let me know in the comments below about what your thoughts are about the NCL Luna. Have you been on it? Are you booking a trip on it? What did you love or dislike about it? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.